All right, hello. Decode, Madonna song, Jump. Okay, that's what we're doing. I believe this has a reference to the Queen's death in here. Um, it's a fairly reasonable one, I think. I'll run you through it, but this is going to take a little while to get to that point. So if you're here just for that, I'd probably fast forward halfway through the video and start there somewhere, maybe. I don't know. But I thought I'd start at the front cover, and we just decode the front cover very quickly, go through some of the numbers here on Wikipedia, and then we'll move into the actual music video. Okay, so the first thing is the idea of jumping, taking that leap of faith, all right, getting over the wall, jumping off the wall, Humpty Dumpty off the wall, all those kind of ideas of yeah, I don't know, just moving out of your comfort zone. So where do I want to go with this? The album cover, right, or single cover. We got the Mad here. This is what the system becomes. This is what the dam in reverse. The dam becomes mad. Okay, progressively over time. You know, as soon as we enter into it, the dam becomes the mad cow. All right, that's what happens. I don't know if you've noticed how reality is and how reality is progressing along, but it is becoming madder and madder and madder as we go. Okay, so we've got Madonna here above the mad and the dam. Okay, so this is the dam. Okay, and then opposite we've got man, and that would be An. Okay, the sun. All right, and then in the middle, of course, we've got the mirror ball, the disco ball, which is the moon, and of course Madonna is the moon, but you know, this is kind of separating these two things, yeah, man and the mad cow here. Okay, now interestingly enough, with this with these numbers right here, I think N's 14 and A is obviously 1, so we have a 114 referenced here again, like with what do I want to say, with Charles, and also with the Queen's death day, 114 days left in the year, and Charles's birthday, the 14th of November. Okay, surprise, surprise, she's released this single on September the 11th, of all days to release a song entitled Jump, with all the people jumping from the Twin Towers on September the 11th. What a day to release this single. And guess what? They've doubled down on this. She's doubled down on it. Because this 346 here doesn't look like, it looks innocent at first glance, but if you go to the day of the year where there is 346 days left in the year, that is, again, another 9/11. It's the 19th of January. So we got heavy 911 encoding straight at the start of this thing. What we got here? The song was used in the movie The Devil Wears Prada and Ugly Betty season 2 finale. Yeah, Ugly Betty. That's what we're stuck in right now. That is what the mad cow is, Ugly Betty. So again, just nuts stuff. I think I read down here somewhere actually. So it had, so the Ugly Betty thing. Down here it says Jump aired on May the 22nd in the Ugly Betty deal here. So, you know, and there's a whole bunch of other interesting numbers in here. So anyway, that May 22nd is, here's our May 22nd in our 10 column, right at the bottom of our 10 column there. So there's the reference to the 10 again. Okay, so that's another little reference there. There's several other things going on in here, but you remember that the thing was 346 long. Okay, when we come down to the formats, track listings and formats, you'll do well to find a 3 minutes 46 seconds long version in here. I don't know if that version even exists or whether they've just written that into Wikipedia to do the numbers. I'm not sure. But what do I want to say? History. I don't know if this is side 2. I don't know what. Do we have a side 2 anymore? Where's history? Side B. Yeah, they do still have a side B. So I've not listened to that track, history. But they've managed to make that 555. Interesting. And also the version we're going to look at, which is the music video, it's interesting with these numbers. We've got 3 sets of numbers that I'm picking out with the YouTube video, which is 3 minutes 33 long, and then the actual video ends on 3:22, and the actual music ends on 3:21 in the YouTube video of the thing. So, which on the surface is not, so what? Dan, explain, please. Here's our 321, 123. Okay, it's the total of all points up to the 10 column, and it's also the 123 that is in the 10 column. And then our 322 here, Skull and Bones, is the completion of this cycle as well, of the actual video in the thing. So it's interesting what has been picked out in terms of numbers for the actual length of the thing. Okay, enough with the waffle. Let's go on to the actual proper decode now, because I think we don't really need to go through all of this stuff. There's obviously a lot more in here, but we got to get this done. We don't want to be here all day. Okay, no, we don't want to do that another day. Here we go. Start the video. I'm going to actually click on and off this, and I'm going to cut bits out of it, and I'm just going to have to play it and hope for the best, okay, with the old copyright nonsense. I know what I want to say about this. It's almost like the fictional man is being represented here at the start of this thing, okay, with the blue and the black, wearing the black, okay. Okay. This is going to show up several times during the video. Okay, this is, I'm guessing, a silhouette of Madonna and maybe somebody else. I don't know. But anyway, we've got a female figure, and underneath we've got the word jump. Okay, and what's important to note about this is this U here. This U is, at this point, it's full. Yeah, it's all blocked in. It's full. Yeah, and the U is the uterus. It is the cup of Christ. This thing's full right now. It's also the matrix, the thing that contains us, okay? And it's containing something right now. Yeah, the dam is full here. Okay, this is the dam wall, and it's full of water behind it, if you like. Okay, this is where we are stuck. Okay, and also what I want you to note is the shapes that the dancers are making here in these posters. Okay, what we have here is you're gonna be looking at this saying, damn, well, I don't really know what you're getting at here, but this is the number 1. Okay, this is a 111. Okay, we've got to flip this one around. Okay, if I go to paint, I've already got something else in paint which we'll talk about later, but this, if we do this, right, this is what we have. Okay, and what we've got is them making this sort of shape. I think it's like that. I'm not sure. It might be. Oh, it's the other way around. Okay, it's like this. If I could draw, if I could write right now. Okay, that is the number 1 that they're making. Okay, okay. Follow that now. That's a number. That's 3 ones all laying down. Okay. What 3 towers were all laid down? Okay, are you getting this? These are the 3 bars that are all laying down. Okay, this is the loss of God. This is entering into the dam here. Okay, continue down. And we've got to make the leap of faith. We've got to take that jump, about what's going on here. She's got this kind of, what I'm going to call the Vesica Pisces It's the sort of the thing that was going on with Elvis's collar as well. It's this. Just look at the shape of this, okay? And this is the head popping through, okay? So this is the idea of birth coming out of the womb here. And we've also got this X here made up of the zippers. I'm thinking this is a skull and crossbones on her belt. I'm not sure. And look at the color she's wearing, okay? This is the black pearl. This is the corona right here, right? She's also got this little climbing frame, this little cube that she's contained within here. This is the black cube of Saturn, whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot more to notice about this whole thing. We can look to the background here. We've got what I believe is a reference to Elvis here. I'm getting Elvis from these lights with this. It looks like an E and a V or an L and an I. So this L is also a V, is also an I here. So I'm just getting Elvis from this, okay? I don't know why. This kind of reminds me of Hawaii up here for some reason, these symbols. You know, even though they're Japanese symbols, because we're in Tokyo filming this jump sequence, right? It's just interesting. Again, with the idea of the key, and here's the key as well, the shape of the key, and with the hotel and the idea of Las Vegas with all the lights. This is what's coming across to me. We've even got the Pizza Hut in the background there for the pizza pie. You know, so I'm going to be going through this and some bits, you know, and again with Elvis, with the guitar player here in the background. Hopefully I'll remember to talk about this red banner around his head later, but you know, there's lots of little hidden details in this thing. It's absolutely loaded. But anyway, let's carry on. You haven't got much time. She's laying in the punches now. Look what she punches here. Okay, she punches one of the towers. Okay, I don't know. You know, I'm not really quite sure, but this is definitely one of the towers here. Okay, and she's punching this like she'd be knocking it down. Okay, that might be a stretch for some people, but for me, that's not a stretch. I might as well go ahead and talk about these numbers while they're up on the screen real good. And we just saw what I'm going to talk about in Paint. We've got a couple of sets of numbers here. We've got a 3F, which, of course, F being 5 could be a 35 or a 53. Okay, 53. If we go to where are we at here? Let's go to the end of the year. 53. Oh, come on. November. Let's go to 53. The 53rd day of the year is 8/11. That is today, interestingly enough, which is also a 213 number in reverse. And our 213 is, yes, our 213 is right here. It's the start of the cycle, okay? The start of Lucas numbers, okay? So, you know, we've got to sort of try and pay attention to these numbers. It's also in the table as well. It's important because it's here as well. The total. So again, the seven column is interesting and it's important because it's the totals of these two columns together. Apart from the actual number 7 itself, everything else is a total of the previous two columns, right? So 53 again, it's super important because it's like the bottom part of this column here, okay? Which again is to do with balance, okay? Because it's the combination of these two together, okay? So 53, an important one to pay attention to. But you know, that's where it shows up. This is why 8/11, which is again, for those of you that are new, is our 11/18, our 8/11, abbreviated is 8/11, okay? That's our like key midpoint balance point, yeah? And the 322nd day of the year happens to be the 18th of November, okay? So this is how all this stuff, it ties together so cleverly. Okay, let's just look at that 811 here. There's our 322. Okay, so you can see how this stuff ties together. Now, where do I want to go to? Come on, Dan. Come on, let's get on with it. Let's do this now. Let's do the top part of this. This pub, pub, and then we've got a 10. We've definitely got a 10 here, and then some gibberish. Okay. Again, pub. We can put that in the gematria, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to paint, and we're going to have a look at what we can get out of pub. Okay. Because remember what I was saying about this is the dam, yeah, and this would be the water, and we could color this in blue inside here, which is what they've done with a lot of their stuff. They've got it all. They've got this section in here colored in, okay. And so this is our dam. This is our legs 11, okay. Because the place where we're born from, this actually might take a little bit of explaining. The place where we're born from, in fact, blue might have been a good color to do that, is we come out, when you are born, there's two lips that are together, right? And then when you're born, okay, your eye is open, okay? This is how you come into the world, through this thing. Yeah, the 11 becoming the O, right? The 1, 1, and the O, okay? Again, an important number to bear in mind, 110, because that is also in our chart. That's a number difference in our 11 column, okay? So this is what's happening, okay? These legs are spread and you are born into the world, okay? Now, what happened with the legs is they collapsed and ground zero was formed, okay? This is the birth of man into the matrix. Because when you first come into the world, you come into the matrix. And then what happens is these two things swallow you up and they become like this, they're intertwined now, and the man is stuck in there, it's like I keep going on about bindweed growing up around the stem of a plant, growing up around the tree, the vine growing on the tree. What's happened is, if you look at the Twin Towers now, what it is it's a helical type twisting binding thing. So man is still stuck in here, okay? We had the Twin Towers came down, ground zero opened up, man's born into the world, born into the matrix, yeah, that's what the world is, the man-made world. And what is put there is, the twisty tie, the bindweed around man, okay? Yeah, man is now bound, like the maypole, yeah? The maypole is bound with, the pole is there, and then the ribbons tie around it, okay? This is what's happened here. This is what we've got going on. This is a very long story to get to a very simple point. This U, which is the dam, which is the matrix, which is the uterus, is all of these things, It is the number 11, okay? So I've managed to get to the point. This is also a number 11. This U is the number 11, okay? So if we call it the number 11, what I've got written down here is 1, 1, and so this B becomes an 8, and this P becomes a 9 or a 6, yeah? Okay? And so what we have is we have today's date right here, yeah, the number of man, which also ties into this idea of the 3-day rebirth, the birth of man here, the true man, 118, okay, and then the loss of God, okay, 9/11, no 11 anymore, this thing's gone, and then the finish of this cycle is Juvenently Christmas Jiminy is this thing, the 10, okay, that's the next day on, and that's the thing that's underneath with our little bit of symbolism here in the video, yeah? 9/11, 8/11, those two things, the birth of man, the death of God with man, the collapse of that thing, and then entering into the uterus into the matrix, and then the completion of the cycle, 10. Okay, the returning of those two things being balanced. The eye being open now. Okay, that's a lot of the same symbolism, just taken a little bit differently, as I like to, that's just the way it works out, But anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to say about this. This is the eye shut and the eye that is open. Okay, so I don't know what else. I mean, I'm trying to think here on the fly as well while I'm doing this, but this is what's going on, right? And the point is, when this, I guess what I'm trying to say is, when this gateway is open, when this door is open, yeah, when this thing hasn't become entangled together, or these two things haven't become, if you like, they haven't merged together and become shut now, when this thing is open and you can see both sides of reality, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, because you're like you're like looking at a one over here and a one over here as well. If your viewpoint was right here in the center of this thing, you could see this one, if I could draw some perspective lines, and you could see this one here. Yeah, you'd be standing right in this doorway, this gateway that was open. You'd be able to see both sides of reality. Okay. Anyway, that's a complete mess now, so let's get the hell off of there. Okay, let's continue on. Here we go again. This wall here, I'm guessing this is kind of like a terrace wall. But what's interesting is, it does look like, it's not a dam, but it does look like the face of a dam. Okay, he's running around it here. Okay, here we go again. More symbolism with the pie. Okay, here's the two towers again. And here's the pie symbolism. Here's man on wire here. This is the red of the living man, okay? Watch him swing through the gateway here, okay? This is also the two legs of the Hoover Dam, and then this is the face of the dam here, okay? If you're getting this, and this is him shooting through out of those two legs again. Rebirth again. This guy's got the red bandana on his head, okay? As we were looking at, if I remember to show you again, the guy with the guitar has the red bandana on, okay? And this is I guess the reference to the blood, the flesh and blood that's covering the skull. The skull is the moon. This is where the fiction comes from. But in order to be balanced, you need the flesh, okay? You need to live in the living rather than in the dead world of the fiction, okay? The metaphysical world. We're also here to balance that with the living. So you need this red symbolism here to indicate that this guy is living in his balance. Again with the damn wall here, the concrete wall, okay? He's in a box, yeah, the cube again. Couple of other things to notice. This kind of looks like a crown over here. There's the guy with the guitar with the thing on his head. In fact, you know what I could do? I could go big here in a minute. I'm going to go big because this will be easier to look at some of this stuff. These like humbug type looking lampshade lantern things that are hanging up here. Again, this is the blood moon. This is today. Today is the blood moon. I'm probably not going to get to see it because it's really cloudy and raining today, but again, this is the red over the white background, okay? The St. George's cross, this is the blood moon. The red over the white the red over the white background. Oh, if I could speak today. Another thing to notice is this symbolism here that's flashing on and off during this thing. This is a 5 and a 1 and an X, okay? And it's flashing on and off during this whole thing. The 51 days left in the year is again, that is 1011. Okay, so we've got this flashing on and off, and also this IXXI. This is also more 911 stuff, more 10 references. Okay, we got the 315. This is an interesting day jump in our chart. I've gone through it before. I'm not going to go through it now. But this is basically a reference to the beginning and the end, to the start, and then to Christmas. Okay. Pay attention to this thing flashing on and off here. Okay. I think it's the only thing that's flashing on and off in there. Okay. That's what I should be talking about as well. Look at this. This is the upside down U, and he's coming through it again. Okay. Okay, he's either up on a bloody pole, and it's different guys as well, but he's either up on a pole, yeah, or you know, there's always something interesting going on here. Okay, so this is a rebirth thing here as well, coming out of the U again, or being up on a pole is the example of being the erect man again, remembered, sort of being the physical man again. Okay, this is interesting. I could spend 10 minutes, I might just spend 10 minutes decoding this little bit here. They've managed to find this angel, this half-horse, man, winged thing here. He's jumping through the center of these two things. Let's go back to it because I actually want to talk about this. But what's going on here is, again, what I'm looking at here, you could interpret this a couple of different ways. This looks like an angel, right? And we have the angel that is, this would be the good angel, if you like. This would be the pure metaphysical, okay? And then what we have man in here is, this would be our fictional ideas right here, okay? This is the matrix that man is stuck in here. So here's half of man, and his bottom half, and it's usually, it's the bottom half that's got stuck in there, because again, the bottom half is the half with the wiener and the nutsack, but the bottom half is the thing that's stuck in the horse, yeah, because this is a horse, this is the whore. Okay, so the bottom half is stuck in the whore here, the horse, the green horse. Okay, and the green again represents the man-made ideas that we have, the matrix again, where we've taken the metaphysical and we've created our own, for the most part, unbalanced version of that thing, or we've used it in a negative way. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative, but for the most part, when we're talking about the matrix and the man-made system, what we end up with is something that starts with good intentions and usually ends up corrupted. Okay, and that's what we've seen here. Me being in the United States right now, that's what we've seen with the United States. A country that was started with good intentions of men being free, and now we are in a country that essentially is the matrix force that controls the world. Okay, yeah. So this is what man's stuck in, the whore, the green horse, right here. If he can hold on to this thing, he can be pulled out of that thing. Yeah. I don't know if what I would say is that the wings are actually attached to man here. Okay, but they're also attached to the horse, because that is the divine that has been corrupted by man. Okay, it is the Holy Spirit, the angel, that has been corrupted by man, but man himself as well is divine. If he can just hold on to this thing. Okay, pretty interesting little picture in there, I thought, worth a talk about. Anyway, carry on. Okay, she's ready to jump, all right. Okay, and there's some interesting bits where they cut bits of pieces off during this whole thing. Okay, we got him running down this alleyway past the triple goddess here. Okay, they probably saw this image and thought, oh, that's brilliant, we'll do the triple goddess here. We've got the three women the 3 phases of the moon, if you like, and I don't know what else to say about it. You know, the 3 things that have got to be balanced in the world as well. Okay. Okay. Here's some more of our like stickers or posters. What we've got going on again, we've got some more numbers being picked out. Okay, this is a number 2. That's pretty easy to see. Okay, just a backwards 2 right here. What's interesting about the backwards 2, and also what I would call a 777, or this could be a couple of different things. I'm definitely getting a 7-7 out of it. And I'm also getting the flux capacitor. I'm also getting the Holy Trinity out of this as well, with this what you do, 3 legs that are sticking off here, and that triskelion, like, you know, with the Isle of Man logo symbol thing, the triskelion, the 3 legs coming together, the 3 sevens. What we're noticing here with the word jump, though, is the uterus is now empty. It's open. It's, you know, there's no containment here. Okay, so we're getting a reference to, with the 27 here, maybe, or the 72 or 77, because those are all things that we've gone through in the past. Are we getting a reference to you know, now being free of the matrix? Okay, look at this. We've got the cycle here. The bicycle is also referencing the cycle, the idea of the completion of the cycle, if you like. 1 to 0. 1 and 0 is 10. Okay, 1 to 10, the first cycle. Oh boy. Get ready to jump. This is interesting. This little let me show you what he's jumping over here. This little piece on the wall here caught my attention in the yellow, because it kind of looks like the west side of the United States right here. Okay, which would be, you know, Hoover Dam territory. It would be Space Needle territory. It would be Golden Gate Bridge territory. That just looked like West Coast, West Side, should I say, West Side, keeping it real. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting that that's there. What else we got going on? We got him jumping off this building here. We got the bell-shaped thing here. This exhaust duct, or whatever the hell this is, or some kind of tank up here. Again, with the bell shape coming out of that. We've had a little move around. You know, there's several little different bits and bobs that they keep picking up on here. We've got, you know, little names like Suntory. Just interesting little bits in the background here. We got the umbrella up over here. What else we got going on? I forgot to mention, actually, one of the most obvious things that keeps popping up is the DVD symbolism in this thing. It's kind of hidden right here, and this is kind of making a, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like on that video that I just did with the World in Motion video. That sort of hiding part of that D, which looks like an O, and it kind of makes an 11 and a 10 combined. I don't know how to explain it clearly, but anyway, DVD obviously is an abbreviation of David. So that's our important thing there with David Bowman, David Bowie, and Odysseus, and all those kind of ideas of the traveller on his journey. Again, spinning around the pole. That's what the whore does, spins around the pole. And it does look like to me, see, here's DVD here again at the bottom of here, and we also have kind of like this crucifix cross here, and the upward arrow, the upward A of Adam. So we have all these interesting kind of ideas with this, and we also have the 74. I think that's, it kind of looks like a 74 to me down there as well. Again, we got it in yellow and with the black background. You know, just loaded. Here we go with the numbers again. 222. We got some 111s. See, the 111s are filled up. The 222s are empty. Okay. And of course, 222 is important because not only does it combine with 111 to make 333, 33 of man, but it also is the combination with the 143. Okay, let me just go to the table of the chart of Lorraine again so I can explain this. These two totals for these two columns, 55 and 88, okay? When we add those two totals up, we come up with 143, okay? And 143 pairs with 222, which happens to be the total for the 8 column here as well. And 222 and 143 is the full cycle again, is a full year, okay? The full an, the ANN, the full an, as in annual, as in a year. Again, I don't know, that's harking back to that, to the single cover there with the an. Again, 1 year is the reference here, and we are 2022 this year. Okay, 222. From the start, okay, is what she says right here. Okay, this is the start of it, okay? Watch what this guy does. I'm just going to play just a tiny bit of this so you can see what this guy does. He does the spin round, the helicopter blades, on top of the blue and sort of silvery white vehicle here, okay? Okay? This is the start of this thing. We've got this yellow color. I'm thinking Kobe here. I'm thinking this is the helicopter that we got on the top of here. And this is when she's singing the start. I learned my lesson well at the start. This is the start of this current little thing that's going on right now. Okay? The helicopter, you know, and the helicopter that miraculously changed color from black to back to its original colors of blue and white. Okay? And again, what are we talking about? The thing that takes you up in the air, the thing that elevates you again, the thing that takes you up, okay? Kobe was in the black helicopter, and when it finally came crashing down, it reverted back to the blue and white of the Virgin Mary, okay? So it was in the whatever Cobra decor they had on that helicopter to begin with. And so what they've done there, what's happened there, is that symbolism's been incorporated into the beginning of this thing, the idea of returning back to the Holy Spirit, the blue and white, yeah, the Virgin Mary. Okay, okay, we're coming up to the sequence now with the Queen. Okay, so we had the helicopter thing. Okay, and we're going to have some references here because what we've got going on here, again, we've got this crown in the background here. Okay, so we've got this symbolism of the corona starting up, yeah, with the Kobe thing, and now with this crown here, we've got this corona thing going on, right? Anyway, I forgot where I was going with this. We had the corona there. We did have some numbers on the wall as well with that corona, which I forgot to mention. Maybe we'll go back to it or not. But what he's doing here, so this is all part of the same little sequence here. He's coming off of here, and what I want to point out is this 111 with the corner missing here. Actually, I think it was the one we was looking at the start of this whole thing. 111. These 3 legs that have fell down. But this, you know, when they stuck this up here, and I know this is difficult to see. Why didn't you go to big, Dan? This might be easier to see. This 111 with the 3 legs laying down, we've also got something else kind of encoded in here, because the way this corner is peeled off here of the posters they've put up, because they probably just put these up the same day, okay? we have a number, okay? We have 111 reference, but we also have, and 111 is of course the Queen's birthday. We also have part of that one missing as well. So there's the idea of that one is not complete there, okay? And if one is not complete, it's a 0, right? This dude's coming down from that scene, from the 111 there. He's coming down, and here's the Queen's death here. We've got the Q for the Queen inside the ghost's body, yeah? If you can see that, hopefully you can. Yeah, okay, the whole thing with the Q movement might have been a reference to this whole thing with the, coming out of the Matrix, But again, this is I believe, the Queen's death right here. Look what we've got written down here. I don't know if you can make this out. It kind of looks like it says lock end. In fact, I think that's what it says. It might say luck ends, but I couldn't decide whether it said lock end or luck ends. So, and again, the end of Lucas numbers, luck numbers. Okay, the end of the lucky numbers, the end of the end of the rainbow. The luck has run out. Okay, Lucas numbers have run out. Okay, our sequence is at the end. So whether it's referencing the end of that, okay, which it might be, and of course, or it might be referencing, and what column that ends in. Is it the 10 column, or is it the 11 column, or is it the 13 column? You can pick and choose where that cycle is going to end, or the 12 column, should I say, for man, or the 10 column for the system, and the combination of those two columns, or in between those two columns, should I say, is the 11 column. Okay, and of course, that's the end point for the Queen, is the 11 column. Yeah. If we go to, well, I'm not going to go to it, but the 8-9 is in that column, her death date. The 19 of September is also in that. Then 199 is also in that column, and the 254 is also in that column because there's 254 days left in the year. It's her birthday on 111, the 111th day of the year that we just saw. Okay, he's jumping down to this point here. It's almost like he bows down to the Queen. Maybe it's a bow down one last time. What's interesting is this line is kind of connecting us to the previous scene, to where he's just come from, which is, I think, connecting us back to that 111, or could also be connecting us back to the 11 and then the 0 as well. Okay, because our reference point for the Matrix, where the Matrix starts and finishes and all that stuff, is our 521 number, okay? The 21st of May. And the 21st of May, if we go 110 days, will take us to the Queen's death date, okay? And what is kind of interesting here, I don't know if you can make this out on his shoulder, this symbolism here, the devil's pitchfork, if you like, whatever it is, the U and the 1 here, which also appears right here as well, the U and the 1. This thing's leaving now, okay? He's about to jump out of here, okay? And what I've got right here is some numbers. And if that thing leaves, right, I don't know if I'm explaining this right, and I don't know if this is a real reach. This thing's leaving right here. This thing's leaving. This devil's pitchfork is leaving right here. And that's going to leave us with this 1 here, a 1 here, and then the only other number I could get out of this really was this 4 here, okay? So this leaves us with a 114, okay? And we're left in the year when the Queen dies. We're left, yeah, when man leaves the Queen, the devil's pitchfork, when it leaves the Queen, okay, we are leaving behind this 114. We're leaving behind another man, which is Prince Charles, which again is a 114. I don't know. Anyway, we've had lockdown ends, or the luck ends. Either way you want to look at it, as lockdown ending, because I want to say that also happened right around that May time as well. So what time you really want to pick that out? And also the idea of lockdown, being locked away, this is what people were. They were locked away, okay, being locked up in the Matrix, okay, that thing ending, okay. This is all about rebirth, okay, coming out of the system, coming out of the Matrix, opening that lock, opening the doorway, opening your eyes, coming out of the system. Okay, one last thing here, because he's about to leave. There's two more things here, and I was like, this kind of references this thing here, the hoodie, okay, because this is what I kind of got from this. I didn't know if this said, it's kind of difficult to make out really what it says, right? But it appears to be, to me at least, it could be a number of other things. I invite you to look at it yourself and drop a comment about what you think that might say. I'm getting hoodies, which is Hoody, hoodie with an S on the end, so it's spelt wrong, but that's what I'm getting. And I'm kind of like, oh yeah, hoodie. I'll look at the hoodie, and then what else is the hoodie? I'm gonna have to escape out of this now. Right, hang on. Let's go to paint again. The hoodie, okay, let me write it, is the, okay, H-O, okay, the who, and then let's just separate it out. Who dies? The who dies, okay? The Hoover Dam, the who is gonna die, okay? I don't know. That's what I was getting from that. Maybe I'm just picking and choosing what I want to see. I'm not sure. Okay? But that's what I get. The who dies. Okay? Lockdown ends. Between these two things of lockdown ending is the Queen's death and then the who dying. Okay? The who being destroyed. Right? And we got this 114 here of the rebirth of the man. Yeah? Prince Charles being reborn. Okay? Okay, and the Devil's Pitchfork, again, that is the three coming into one, right? That is the holy, again, it depends on the way you want to look at it, but it could be the Holy Trinity, okay? The three coming into one. Okay, what else we got going on here? The King of the Sea holding that thing, yeah? Look at this dude coming down now from between the two, down the chute, if you like, between the two towers, right? Being reborn again. Again, we got some pipe work behind this dude here, coming off, jumping off of out of the plumbing system, coming out of the plumbing, yeah? When you're born, you're coming out of the female plumbing system, okay? Okay? That's the system that needs to be fixed. It needs a plumber to fix it right now. That's the Matrix, plumbing. You still got that 5-1 X flashing. Here we've got more symbolism again, the Twin Towers, pi symbolism. You know, we've got it repeated. This shows up a lot in other films actually. I was thinking of like Speed, for example, where they end up outside the Chinese theater. Here's the bridge. You know, here's the Twin Towers again, the bridge. Here he is coming through the legs, coming out of the legs. Again, this is a better one with the guy jumping off the damn wall. There he goes. Okay, this guy again, the red bandana guy, running past 4 pillars here. We've also got 4 little flag things here. Yeah, the 4 pillars of the temple, where the ideas are generated. The temple being the mind, being the skull. Yeah, and the town hall, all those things. The clock tower in Back to the Future. The 4 towers at the Hoover Dam. Again, that's an 11:11 at the Hoover Dam. And again, 11:11. I'll show you what 11:11 is here in a minute. It's the day after 10:11. And we'll go through some of that symbolism here in just a second. But again, if the red man, the erect man, is the number 1, and the matrix, here's the blue or greeny blue of the matrix here. Again, that's the 0. Okay, that's the hole into which we went. Yeah, it's the Vesica Pisces. So again, we've got a 1101 right here referenced. Okay, just pretty cool stuff. Watch where this guy comes down. Okay, look where this guy's jumped into. It's probably about the only few bits and pieces of trees that we've got on the whole thing, but this is, back to the wilderness, back to nature. Okay, here's some actual living foliage here in the city. Okay, and again, in the background there, we've got again the same thing again. We've got him landing between the 2 pillars at the base of the dam. Man on thingy-majig, man on wire between the 2 pillars. The pi symbol, and what we've got in the background now is nature rather than the city stuff. Are you ready? See, look at the staircases going that way. He's coming back down. Okay, back down to earth. Here's the DVD, real big now. Okay. Here we go with the BS1. I mean, we could look at that. We could look at the gematria, but what I would look at is this is an 8, a 5, and a 1. Okay, the 8, 5 is the start of those 2 columns. Basically, is the top. The 58 is what's right above 11 and 18, and the 1, of course, is the 1 that we all have to be, taking our individual journey in life. Okay, some more numbers here, 2, 7s, and the 1 again. Okay, so again with the 217, crotch pumping, coming off the stairs, coming down from the dam again. Where we are, that's the bottom of the thing there. Okay, my sisters and me, we saw the 3 sisters there. Again, this guy, look at this guy. Here's the post. He's jumping up off the post. He's now elevated to being on top of, it's a silver post. Okay, so on top of the silver now, on top of the moon. But that post is also representing the physical nature of reality. Yeah, being the physical man. I don't know. It looks like they just taped over his feet here. His shoes or something to make them completely black. I'm not sure why this is like this, but again, let's look again at what happens here in this next little bit. Okay, I didn't stop it in the right place. Let me see if I can do this one more time. And actually, look where this is in the video. I've just noticed this. Look what number we're at in the video. We're at 2 minutes and 31. Okay, we're at 231. He's back up in the air, okay, and he's between the towers again. Okay, here's one tower on this side, or this. You could look at the yellow here as being the tower, and the yellow over here being the tower. Okay, or you could look at this whole thing here being a tower, and this whole thing over here being the other tower. Yeah, and we've got the twin towers. He's back between those 2 things. Yeah, man on wire again. Okay, and it's interesting the way he's actually standing, almost like he's on top of this thing that's connecting these two sides. I don't know. Again, a 9, a 0, a 1 can be gotten out of here. Again, just interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Again, on the wall above the 6 or the or the 9 again with the 74, 47 again. Come back down the stairway, yeah, from the open doors in the little temple at the top here. Everything's spinning now. Have you noticed this? There's a load of spinning going on. Loads of spinning going on as to do with the cycle. I don't know if there's anything going on with the little thingamajig back in the background. There's a little pyramid right behind her in the background as well. A little green pyramid, I think it is. Right here. I believe that's a little green pyramid as well. So a nice little, we may have a nice little dollar bill reference there as well. Let's see if I can get it off. Let me see if I can stop it so we can see it. There, we can see it a little bit better. So that might be a nice little dollar bill reference in the background there as well. Don't know what else to say really. That's pretty much it. I want to say it's the alpha and omega. We have like an A and an O, I'm sure of it. Okay. The alpha and omega. Okay. So, man back with God, if you like, the beginning and the end again of the cycle. It's interesting the bits and bobs they've managed to pick out. I don't know if they just went to Tokyo because there's just so much to pick from. Okay, and there's the final little spin. A man here is back with the blue and the white, yeah, and it almost looks like, you know, bathroom tile, like the swimming pool, like the bathtub. Again, like it's just the blue and white of the Virgin Mary. Okay. When we pick out when the music ends and when the music ends on, let's see if I can get to it. Let's just go back just a touch more so we can see if we can hear where the music ends. Right there's the music ending. I could just make it out. I don't know if you can make it out on the video. But if you go to it, you can do this for yourself. I get it finishing on 3, 2, 1. And then the video itself finishes on 3, 2, 2. So and when we turn to 3, 2, 3, we're now we're in darkness. Okay. So pretty interesting. And then the whole thing again with that 3, 3, 3. Okay. So I think that's pretty much it for that breakdown. I think I'm going to leave it there for the whole lot of this now, because there's some other stuff that I'd like to talk about, but it just really is, it's already going to be way too long, this video, so let's just leave it there. Hope you enjoyed. Alright, catch you on the next one. Alright, cheers, bye.